Hey, good people. Welcome to Determined Women of Destiny, powered by Rude Rangers Entertainment. I'm your host, Yvonne, the Motivator Man. This is the show that gives you the business, the good, the bad, and the beautiful of female entrepreneurship, providing business empowerment through inspirational motivation. My guest today is Wendy Woodard. She is the founder and CEO of Brewoollc LLC Natural Hair Care Products. Welcome to the show, Wendy.
Thank you for having me, Juan. I appreciate it.
Of course, I have to start out saying I love these products. Absolutely great products. If you're a naturalista and you're having some hair issues, you want to check out Brewoollc Natural Hair Care Products because they are it. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wendy, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your product.
Well, pretty simple. I'm a mother, a single mother of one amazing son. I work a full-time job, and I'm also an extreme introvert that tries not to be so reclusive. Okay, so that's one thing about me, mostly. So I have a hard time talking about myself. But that's me in a nutshell. Being a mother of my son is just like my life. I love him dearly, and he's my world. And I own a product line of natural hair care products. I have a full line of products, everything from the cleanser all the way to edge control, and the products which I'm very proud of.
What was your motivation behind developing these products? You just said one day I want to develop products. Was it that, you were a naturalista yourself and you were looking for products and you just couldn't find anything to do what you wanted? Or, you just wanted to capitalize on that market, which is booming right now, and that's natural hair care?
Well, that's exactly it. It's really that I had went natural and I didn't know what to do with my hair. I didn't know how to manage my hair. I had been relaxed since I was a small child. So when I decided to go natural, I had no clue on how to deal with my texture. So because I was struggling with it, I was using everything. I was, ordering, trying to use the products that I was, used when I was relaxed. That didn't work. Actually, it made it worse. I was trying to use, other products on the shelves. It wasn't much on the shelves for natural hair back then. And so I would order through, I used to be on a lot of hair boards, so they would tell us about different products. I would order that stuff, but it was so expensive. I would pretty much, it'd be just for a small jar or something, it would be $40 plus shipping. So I decided to create the brand. Well, it started off with a couple of products. I decided to create something to manage my hair. But it wasn't a brand, then it was just something for me to manage my hair and to keep it moisturized and feeling nice and looking good. So that's why I created it.
So you're just whipping up this stuff in your kitchen for yourself, and you realize, oh, my hair is feeling good. My hair is looking good. My hair is growing good.
Yes. And when I first went natural, it wasn't very popular. Okay. Actually, I got criticized so much and it was, hurtful, but because I'm so stubborn, I wasn't going to let that stop me. I was going to stay natural. I didn't care what anybody said. So I said, you know what? I need my hair to always look good and feel good because unfortunately people were like, nah, you need to relax it. You need to straighten your hair. And I'm like, no, I'm going to wear it kinky, but I needed it to look good.
Well, I'm glad you said kinky because for our determined women of destiny that aren't women of color, that may not understand and they're listening about our natural hair care struggles. Natural hair for women of color is not putting any chemical in it to straighten it or to loosen a curl. So when we say natural, we're not doing anything to it. We're not saying we're not combing it. We're not saying we're not washing it or taking care of it. What we're saying is we're not doing anything to take it out of its natural state. So I just wanted to give that clarity because a lot of times we think that everybody understands the women of color, especially African American women, Black women, our struggle when it comes to our natural hair. You also said, you had a lot of comments about it because it's not really embraced. I mean, now it is.
Now it is.
You have so many, right? You have so many famous people that are embracing natural hair, like Tracy Ross. So now it's okay. I remember back in the late 90s when the first time I went natural, everybody was like, why are you so happy to be nappy? And I'm like, why is it bothering you?
Exactly.
And fast forward now to 2020, and now we've crossed over to 2021. This afro that I'm wearing is getting like all this great press,
It looks fabulous.
And I thank you. Everywhere I go, someone has something to say about it. And you're like, who would ever think? Because this is just my hair. But yeah, natural hair gets a lot of buzz right now. And it's not the easiest thing to deal with because natural hair can become dry, which means that it looks dull. It can break off, which means now your hair is dull. It's dry, it's breaking.
It feels brittle.
Yeah, it's not growing. So, you get to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to get that creamy crack. Put it on there. I'm going to straighten this stuff out. And I know I can handle it that way.
But that's the misconception because it is growing. It's growing. It's just breaking off at the same rate it's growing. So you're not seeing any, you're not seeing any progress. So, I mean, as humans, unless you're on medication or there's another health concern that stops your hair from growing, we're growing hair every single month. Like we're growing hair. It's just that it's breaking off at the same rate. So we're not retaining length.
So how do we get to the point where the hair is growing and not breaking and then we retain length?
Well, you have to keep it moisturized. You have to take care of it. You have to give it TLC. Our texture it's not hard to manage, but it is. You have to give it TLC. Anything that you want to see progress in, you have to give it some TLC. If you seem to be having trouble with retaining length, you have to take care of it. You can't just take care of it once in a while. You can't. It's like with anything you want to see progress in. If you're struggling with that, take care of it. So I say, this is my mantra. I never ever let my hair dry out. Like I know that dryness can cause brittleness and my hair is going to break off. So I'm not going to retain length. So I don't care what's going on. I will make sure I moisturize my hair. So that's really one of the things that I try to tell my customer base or anybody that has questions about it. It's like, what can they do? Your hair's growing. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just a matter of retaining that length.
And we need that moisture. So we have to make sure that we have products that do just that, moisturize our hair. And we have to start looking, and correct me if I'm wrong, we have to start looking at the products that we buy and look at the ingredients, because just because it's a product that everybody's using and it's good, it may not be good for your hair. I know I have 4C, and 4C hair, for my hair, I can't use something that has alcohol in it, and glycerin doesn't do me any good.
No. Yeah, that's the thing, is like you have to look at the ingredients in products. In my product line, I try to stay away from certain things that's gonna, not keep your hair moisturized. So basically I don't use any, silicones, sulfates, or anything like that, petroleum or mineral oil. I like my hair to get all the moisture that it can get. So if you're not looking at the ingredients, just because you see something that is marketed just for natural hair, you go to the store, you're like, oh, and they target us. And when you go into the stores, they target us. So they'll put things on there like, that sounds good for natural hair, but you do have to read the ingredients, because a lot of those products that have sulfates in it, which is bad for natural hair. When you have natural hair, it's going to dry you out. It'll have silicones in it, which is not horrible, but for me, it does end up building up on your hair. And then when you're trying to moisturize your hair, it does not actually moisturize. It doesn't get good moisture because you have things blocking the moisture. And that goes for mineral oil and petroleum as well. So you have to read the ingredients. I mean, unfortunately, that's where we are right now these days. We can't just trust what the packaging says. Look at the ingredients in the packaging, which is regulated.
Oh, well, when we come back from break, we're going to talk a little bit more about reading the package, understanding the product that you're putting in your hair. And Wendy has something called the 30-day natural hair challenge. And we're going to have her explain that so all of us naturalistas, I know I have, can jump on the bandwagon and get this beautiful hair flowing. We'll be right back after break.
Ladies, you want to have a party for a few of your friends, but you are stuck in the house and ain't got nothing to eat? Well, you need to contact Tanika at Tanika Eats Inc. Her number is 516-669-6356. Make sure you bring your appetite because Tanika Eats will do you right.
Well, welcome back to Determined Women of Destiny. I am your host, Yvonne, the Motivator Man. You have been listening to Wendy Woodard. She is the natural hair care guru. She has her own natural hair care line of products called Brewoollc. And before break, we were talking about reading the back of, your product that you're buying, to know your product. And why you need to. So I know, like I said before break, I can't do glycerin and products that have alcohol dry me out. And Wendy has said we need products that really moisturize. Now I use these products, and her shampoo is, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. First of all, it lathers, it cleans. And then the lathering stops. Like it automatically knows when your hair is clean and it's not lathering anymore. And when you rinse it out, you have the feeling of oil on your hair. Not oily, not like an oil slick, but oil on your hair. So you have what we call the slip, which allows you to comb through the hair without breaking the hair. Now her shampoo, well, I'll say her cleanser, because it's not shampoo.
Yeah.
Cleanser. And it has mint in it. So it has this fabulous smell. It gives your scalp a little tingle, which lets you know that your pores are open and are reacting to the product that's on your scalp. And I then follow up with the leave-in conditioner. I don't put a lot in. I just put enough in my hair to saturate it and to comb through, and then I follow up with the twisting cream, whether I twist my hair, whether I braid my hair, or whether I'm just going to do a wash and go. Those are my 3 go-to products that I use all the time. That's my regimen. When I started really trying to grow my hair out, I had the sides cut off really short, and I had that hair bouffant in the middle. I really wanted to grow my sides out. And in April of 2020, I could barely do box braids, like the little braids that you attach. When I was younger, we used to call them plaits. And now, I've got all this hair on my head. I definitely attribute it to your products. They did the start grow on my on my hair. So I do agree. You have to know what's in the product you're using, because your hair has to respond. And if your hair doesn't respond, then you have to keep looking for a product that does it for you.
Yes.
So why don't you just, invest in Brewoollc products, because it doesn't have the alcohol, it doesn't have the glycerin, it doesn't have the sulfate. So everything you don't need is not there. So just try the product, because the product is good. You have the 30-day challenge. Tell us about that 30-day challenge, because I believe that all of us that have natural hair will benefit from it, because I started doing it myself. So tell us about that challenge.
Well, I started the 30-day hair care challenge because I've been trying to reach my goal. I'm trying to reach, waist length, a healthy waist length. I got close but I didn't quite get there. But I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna go for it. I know it's not the biggest goal in the world, but it's my goal, and I want to reach here. That's always what I wanted to do. So I said, you know what, I really got to be intentional about this. You know, if I'm gonna reach my goal, if I'm gonna have the healthiest hair I can have, I'm always about making sure my hair is healthy, but I had to be intentional. I kind of fell off this year with, you know, being intentional about my, you know, my regimen. So with the 30-day challenge, I felt like we're going to set up in 30 days and just be intentional every day with taking care of our hair, you know, from cleansing to moisturizing every day. We're moisturizing every day. We're cleansing at once a week and deep conditioning our hair because it's important. You know, so I decided to ask people to join my 30-day hair care challenge because I was doing it. And I just wanted some company, let's be clear. I wanted some company. You know, I figured it'd be fun. I know a lot of people that are, you know, trying to grow out their hair or they have goals around their hair as well. So I figured it would be a fun way to do it. And, you know, I decided to create like a schedule, which is very simple. I kept it simple. You know, I didn't even say you had to use the products, my product line. Just make sure you use products that don't have any sulfates. These are the rules. No sulfates, no silicones, including dimethicone, no petroleum, and no mineral oil. Can't use any of those ingredients in the products.
Petroleum is the devil. I won't stop you. Petroleum is the absolute devil because it is not water soluble.
Exactly.
Which means, people, it translates to you can almost never wash this out. Yes. So if I put petroleum in my hair today, it's a good possibility, even though I wash my hair once a week and deep condition it, this time next month, there'll still be petroleum that will be lingering on my hair. It's not water soluble. It cannot be broken down. So anything that has petroleum in it, please stay away. It's the devil.
And I don't care where it is on the ingredient list. Do not use anything that has those ingredients. And that was the rules. And then I decided to, you know, I said, okay, we're going to give some incentive because I want you to show up with the 30-day hair care challenge. Now you can do it and you can do it by yourself, and that's great. You know, it is what it is, and I don't have any issue with that. But if you're joining the challenge and just to give incentive, I wanted people to show up and show an accountability post. So you either have to create a post saying in the group, in my Brewoollc group, create a post saying, hey, you know, if it's hair spa day, I did my hair spa day, tell me what you used, and that's it. And you get an entry. I'm giving a prize at the end of the 30 days. Because I like to do giveaways. Yeah, I like to do giveaways. I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but I do like to do giveaways. But so I decided to include that and to give people incentive if they did a picture, you know, with the post. And again, following the rules of the challenge, including telling us what you did, what you used, and you have to hashtag Brewoollc challenge. So I'm not trying to search for your post or whatever. But so far, so good. It's been good. I mean, I think some people that haven't really showed up for their hair every day are a little wear-worn. You know, like, okay, we got to moisturize again. But this is how we create a habit. You know, if you have dry hair, if your hair is dry, and I've been there, I know what it's like, then you got to moisturize it. And I don't care if it's every day, you got to moisturize it. So that's why I created the 30-day hair care challenge.
Yeah, once you lose that moisture, it is very hard to get it back.
Yes.
Very, very hard because you have sapped out all of the oil that is naturally on your hair. So now your hair has no protection. So you have to get your hair back to the point where it's protected.
Yes. And that's why I tell people, like, also deep conditioning is important as well. Like, don't skip the deep conditioning. I mean, if your hair is dry, that's going to help infuse moisture after you wash it. So at every stage in all my products, there's moisture because I had the worst dry, brittle hair. I was suffering when I first went natural. It was like the thing. And I also now color treat my hair so it gets dry. It can get dry. And I don't got time for that. I don't have time to wash my hair and be trying to detangle it for a whole 6 hours after I wash it. So I use a shampoo that doesn't have any sulfates, that actually keeps your hair moisturized and, feeling clean and moisturized. Then I deep condition with heat because this is important as well. So I'm just trying to build their muscle with that, doing these things once a week. It doesn't take long. If you get used to it, it doesn't take long. It's about getting used to it.
My hair ritual is Friday night. I wash and I deep condition. I put my cap on. I put my stocking cap over it. I sleep. I let it stay on overnight. Saturday morning, I get up. I put my clay mask on my skin. I jump in the shower. I wash my mask off. I wash my conditioner out. I put my leave-in conditioner in. I comb through. I put my twisting cream on, and I twist my hair.
Yeah, and I mean, it's about really developing a ritual. Yeah, it's about developing a ritual. When you have a regimen, you're more likely to see the progress because that's what it is. But when you kind of fall off and you're all over the place or not doing anything, like you don't really have a clear, routine to how you're going to take care of your hair. It's like we're working out. If you don't work out, you work out every once in a while, you're not going to see any progress. So it's that same concept with anything. So
my hair goals is that I want hair like yours.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I do. I want that big, crazy. See, you wear yours in twist, and then when you do your twist out, it's so nice, it's so neat. I don't want that. I just want that big floppy afro that when the wind hits it, it just blows all over the place. If I shake my head, it goes up and down with me. Listen, that's what I'm looking for. I have recently colored my hair. I had a hair mix up. I'll say, to say the least. I'm wearing a blue tint in my hair, and I put a blue tint in the beginning over my gray, and it turned my hair like an aqua blue. I can do the midnight blue. I can't do aqua. So the only way to combat it was to dye it black. So I miss my gray. And I'm going to think about letting it grow back out again. And at that point, I'm definitely going to have the big afro that just blows in the wind and it's all gray.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple with styling. I don't have many stylers in my product line either, because the styling is not that important to me. It's, I want it to grow. I want it to be the healthiest. And stylers tend to have some of the alcohols and stuff in it. So I kind of just avoid it. Everything, I just want my hair to feel soft, feel soft, look luster, like lustered. And that's it. I don't really, I do a twist out. That's my style. That's all I do. Twist out.
And, correct me if I'm wrong again, the more you manipulate it and you're pulling it and you're putting it up and you're putting it down, you're putting it to the side, isn't that causing damage?
The more manipulation you do with your hair, it does create, it creates damage. It creates breakage. It can create breakage. So you want to avoid doing too much. Like I only detangle on wash day. That's it. That's the only time my hair needs a comb. It don't get no comb, no brush, no nothing on any other day but wash day, because I don't want to over manipulate my hair. I'll twist it when I'm adding, but that doesn't seem to be an issue because I'm not really tugging. I'm not really, whipping at it, but your hair can get lots of breakage with a lot of, when you manipulate it too much.
Tell us how we can become a part of your 30-day challenge.
You could just send me, I have links posted on my pages, but you could just send me a DM because if you don't have or can't find a link, I can actually send you the link for you to join, because if you're going to be a real participant for the prize giveaway, you have to register.
Okay, so the DM
or the
on
challenge. You can DM me on Facebook at Brewoollc 74. That's my Facebook page. Or you can, if it's on Instagram, you can send me a DM on my Instagram page, which is Brewoollc_LLC, and I can send you the link. Otherwise, you could just follow along if the schedule's posted on my pages. So if you just want to follow along, that's fine too. But we're keeping it pretty simple.
Okay, that is great. So I am encouraging all my natural hair listeners to be a part of this 30-day challenge. And you know, the fact that you're going to win a gift, which is probably one of her products, you want to be in this to win this, because her products are really good. There's not many products that do what they say they're going to do. Her products absolutely do that. Trust me, use her products. The only thing that can happen is that your hair gets better. You know, it definitely won't damage your hair at all. The only thing you can say is, well, I used her products and my hair was in good shape. I just decided to go somewhere else. But her products, you know, this is a great line. Leave our listeners with some motivation as far as getting through the woes of natural hair, and just some motivation period for this year before we get out of here.
Well, with both, you know, just stay consistent, you know, go for what you want. Like, if whatever you're going for, whatever your goals are, go for what you want. Like, really go for it. Be intentional about everything that you're doing. Don't not set goals for yourself and expect to get anywhere. Like, you want to be intentional about the things that you want. And that goes for natural hair too. If you want to grow it out long, you want it to not be dry, if you want it to not break, then you have to be intentional about what you're doing. You know, making sure that you're using products that are actually going to work for your hair, and being very consistent. So that just goes for both, whatever you want to do for your life and for your natural hair. Be consistent, show up for yourself, and go for it.
So my determined women of destiny, there you go. You have to be consistent, you have to show up, and you have to be intentional. Wendy, thank you so much for being on the show. You have been listening to Determined Women of Destiny. The show is sponsored by Slinger Haskell Funeral Home. My creative producer is Rudy J. Breedy. I have been your host, Yvonne the Motivator Man. Until the next time, good people, keep doing what you're doing until what you're doing gets done. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.